100 naira ko. Estamba seko.
Good morning, viewers. You're welcome to another exciting edition of the program Lagos This Morning. Today we'll be looking at various news updates in Lagos State and also across the Federation. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide.
Yes, good morning. You're welcome to the program Lagos This Morning. I'm Gladys Aloza.
All right, let's take a look at the top stories for the day. Quickly, let's take a look at the top stories. I didn't say Yoruba are political rascals. Iwuanyanwu.
State Assembly polls 9 days after results of 183 constituencies not released.
No one stole your mandate, pro-Tinubu protesters, tells Atiku and Obi.
Punish offenders or kiss democracy by, coming from Utomi.
Okay, Obasanjo is Igbo in spirit. Igbo Chieftain replies Femi Fani-Kayode.
Police arrest 781 election offenders nationwide.
Troops kills ISWAP commander, 41 other fighters in Borno.
Super Eagles defeat Guinea-Bissau, reclaim top spot in qualifier group.
Alright, I doubt ability of states to transmit or distribute electricity, says Dr. Sam Amadi.
Yes, publisher charged with insulting Governor Ayade's in-law, sent to prison.
Okay, let's move into the traffic update around Lagos. Let's take a look at the traffic update in Lagos State here. Okay. This morning, Isheri roundabout inwards Egbeda down to Moshalashi roundabout, and the return journey back is very good to go. Moshalashi roundabout outwards Abeson roundabout, Okwebi, and the return journey outward to Moshalashi, Alagunton, Iyanokpaja roundabout, Alagba and Express is excellent. Inwards Moshalashi from there is faster moving traffic. Pleasure inwards Danko, Iyano Aboru is faster moving traffic. Moving traffic outwards to BRT bus stop connecting Dokpemu is also good to go. Return journey from Dokpemu to Yanokpaja overhead bridge outwards Pleasure is good to go. Impediment still negative as men on ground doing the needful.
Yes, traffic update from Mautu. Vehicular movement from Odo Ogun down to Ajegule to Thomas, good to go. While from Thomas to Irawo is slightly busy but moving due to pedestrian crossing, bus stop activities and early morning rush. From Irawo to Idera to Way Bridge to Owode Oniran to Owode Elede down to Mount 12, we are having better movement. Navigating through under Mount 12 Bridge inward Ajelogo in and out still looking good. Ascending and descending Mount 12 Bridge inward Kosofe down to Eyano School is busy but moving due to traffic all the way from K2. Return journey from Eyano School back to Mount 12 is good to go. Ascending and descending Mount 12 Bridge inward Owode Elede to Owode Oniran to Way Bridge to Idera to Irawo to Thomas to Ajegunle down to Odo Ogun is also good to go. No record of impediments at the moment, while structure on ground monitoring and doing the needful.
All right, let's go straight to Marina. Mass movement along Marina Road from UBA towards NNPC filling station, Berlin Junction, Kakawa and Cathedral this morning. Still good connecting inner Marina from outer Marina by CMS bus stop. Good movement down to Nitel intersection from Cathedral. Force Road towards TBS is good to go as well. Good movement on return journey from Independence Bridge towards Force Road. Steady movement descending 3rd Mainland Bridge towards Flagstaff House. The stretch of JK Roundu Road is good to go as well. It's good on Broad Street towards Bookshop House, Tinubu Square and Akpogbo exits at this hour. Odunlami and Igbo Chieftain down to Kam Salem House is in good shape traffic-wise. Good on TBS Avenue. Catholic Mission Street is good to go as well. Old Defense Road and Campbell Street are relatively calm. No cause for alarm on Ganiyu Smith and Bamboshe Street as well. Impediment is still negative.
Yes, we are having good movement from Anthony en route Iduroko towards Maryland intersection. Likewise, the turn journey is steady.
Odoyalaro towards Maryland intersection is good but slow due to influx from Ojota, Onigbongbo, Leventis. Niletel intersection is good to go.
Yes, good to connect Country Club beyond that stretch to underneath Bridge General Hospital is appreciable. While return journey from underneath Bridge General Hospital en route Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way stretch to Niletel intersection is good to go. Just slightly delayed approaching Niletel due to intersection, the traffic light not functioning for now. Beyond that, straight to Leventus Onigbongbo to connect Maryland intersection is still perfect shape. We're having good movement from General Hospital Bridge stretch to local airport, while return journey is steady but slight delay approaching underneath bridge occasioned by alternation coupled with traffic lights. Beyond that, length and breadth of Oba Akron is perfect shape. Just slight delay approaching underneath bridge Ikeja occasioned by alternate couple with yellow buses ascending Ikeja bridge en route Kodosho towards underneath bridge is steady. Just slightly delay approaching underneath bridge General Hospital occasioned by alternation, while return journey is good. No impediment sighted within our corridor for now.
All right, that is that about the traffic update around Lagos. We hope you do find your way easily around Lagos State. All right, let's go straight to the headlines, to the newspaper front pages for today. Right in front of me is the Punch, and right there in front we have IU must go, G5 governors, Atiku campaign clash.
Yes, reps invite ministers, firms over 2.4 billion naira oil sale.
Okay, don't travel to state of origin for census, says NPC. You can get more on that on page 13 of the Punch.
Nigeria can defeat terrorism like UK. That's coming from Boris Johnson.
Okay, Abacha died on eve of dad's planned execution, Dia's son. Lagos
tenant stabs friend to death during argument.
On Ramadan, VC Senator-elect advised Muslims on kindness and sacrifice.
Yes, moving on to Vanguard newspaper. Right on the front page, we have 9 days after INEC holds on to results in 183 constituencies.
Okay, no one stole your mandate. Pro-Tinubu protesters tell Atiku Obi.
Kidnappers demand 50 million naira for abducted NYC members, 4 INEC officials in Kogi State.
ISWAP commander Abu Muhammad executes deputy over military attack on hideout.
Yes, on cash crunch, Ngige wades in, meets NLC, CBN over planned strike.
Here, PDP crisis, court restrains IU from parading self as national chairman.
Yes, access to safe water still moving targets. That's coming from our presidency.
On the FIFA Women's World Cup, Super Falcons target semi-finals. Onome Ebi.
Yes, moving on to the news. The next headline here is this day. Right on the front page, Boris Johnson to Nigeria leaders, allow people freely choose those to lead them.
IU, only PDP National Executive Council can suspend me. Those guarding World Exco are ignorant.
NLC leadership meets to decide on nationwide protest today.
ICC accept petition against Ononuga, others over alleged incitement.
Wike support suspension, says chairman should have left. Court restrains party's national chair from parading self as one.
All right, moving on to the next newspaper front page here. Blueprint, we have in Adamawa, Binani petitions INEC, urges review of election results.
Oshomole scenario looms as court halts IU's leadership.
Iwuanyanwu says, I never called Yoruba political rascals.
ISWAP commander Abu Mohammed executes deputy. Troops kill 10 terrorists in Kunari near Buratai.
Protesters tells Obi and Atiku there won't be interim government.
West to wealth. RMRDC using sodium silicate to save 20 billion naira annually.
On Senate presidency, I'm ready to sacrifice for religious balancing, Musa.
CBN increases loans to federal government by 3.77 trillion naira in 2 months.
And the kidnappers demand 50 million naira for abducted INEC officials in Kogi State. Moving on to leadership, the front page there we have Naira scarcity persists as banks continue disbursement.
Yes, pro-Tinubu group protest interim government plot.
Police arrest 781 suspects, record 489 infractions on the 2023 polls.
Adamawa KB governorship candidates no fate, April 15.
Global economy to fall to 30-year low, that is coming from the World Bank.
Media complaints commission for inauguration, April.
Gunmen kill 3 civil defense officers in Imo State.
Yes, moving on to the next newspaper headline is New Telegraph. Right on the front page we have presidential election crisis looms in Lagos. PDP over 200 million poll funds.
Okay. Banks net credits to federal government up to 15.3% to 28.4 trillion naira in 2 months.
Yeah, court restrains IU from parading self as PDP national chair. The fight has just started. That's coming from Wike. You are ignorant, illiterate, IU tells Ward Escos.
Lagos reaffirms ban on Okada in 10 local government areas, 15 local council development areas.
Yes, in Ogun Delta, Plateau State, tribunals grant NNPP, Labour Party, APC permission to inspect pool materials.
Yeah, on supplementary polls, Adamawa Kebbi gubernatorial election, 94 others owed April 15, INEC.
Yes, commercial private airline competes for the dwindling pool of pilots.
Oladipo Dia to get state burial, says Dakbo Abiodun of Ogun State.
Yes, moving on is The Nation. Right on the front page we have court order restraining IU deepens PDP's post-poll crisis.
Ngige meets Emefiele Ajaero to prevent NLC strike. Yeah, moving on quickly to the next one, we have First News. On the front page there at the top, we have on Naira scarcity, Emefiele begs NLC to shelve protest.
Yes, suspension saga, more troubles for IU as court bars him from parading self as PDP national chair. Wike taunts him the fight has just started. You aren't seen anything yet. On
petition, Tinubu not served notice before traveling. Lawyer.
Yes, Global Terrorism Index clarifies position on IPOB listing.
Prosecute Obi over secret assets kept in tax havens, law firm urges CCB.
Okay, my suspension exercise in futility. IU replies Ward Escos, says only NEC can suspend me, those guarding Ward Escos ignorant.
Umai to Tinubu, put Wike at core of your government. He has a lot to offer.
And then INEC fixes date for Adamawa KB rerun.
Okay, on Daily Trust, we have queues persist as Nigerians hoard Naira notes.
Hunger, rights abuse increasing in Nigeria, orders coming from Amnesty International.
Meningitis kills 52 Nigerians in 21 states. Yeah.
PDP crisis, court restrains IU from parading self as national chairman. Still on that.
Yeah, let's go straight to the next one that we have here. On the front page of Daily Sun, right at the top corner there, I respect Yorubas, can't disparage them, says Iwuanyanwu.
Pro-Tinubu protest rock Abuja. Supporters insist Tinubu didn't steal mandate. One against spirit of June 12th.
Suspected herdsmen kill 5 in Benue community.
Yeah. Anim Osigwe lecture ex-UK PM Boris Johnson seeks stronger Nigeria-Britain ties.
Fani Kayode replies UK High Commissioner declares I have no apology.
Yes, and federal government moves to avert labor strike over naira scarcity.
Also, FMC Umahia performs 11 kidney transplant, records 80% success.
Police arrest 781 electoral offenders, recover 132 weapons nationwide.
Okay, let's move on now to the next one. The Guardian, let's have
Yes,
it.
right on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, we have Nigerians have right to choose their leader, says Boris Johnson.
INEC fixes April 15th for supplementary gubernatorial and legislative polls.
On cash squeeze, Ngige meets NLC CBN to avert protest.
Alright, still on the Guardian, Bayelsa APC members insist on disqualification of Silva from gubernatorial race.
PDP alleges plot to cancel more collated votes in Adamawa State.
420,000 investors of 7 firms shun dividends over inflation and bureaucracy.
In Kogi State, we have Save Our Loved Ones. Families of abducted INEC officials cry as kidnappers demand 50 million naira ransom. That's huge.
Wow. Okay. Oh, on the last one here, we have Sporting Sun. On the Sporting Sun, we have Eagles redeem themselves, defeat Guinea-Bissau at home, run away with 1-0 victory to top Group A.
Good for them, though.
Well,
Osimhen rejects Arsenal, says I wanted Gunners 6 years ago.
Damn, that's hard. All right, Bayern split over Nagelsmann sacking.
Chelsea blames sanctions on Abramovich, for more than £21 million loss.
All right, Saka better than Mohamed Salah and Mahrez. That is coming from Chris Sutton.
Yes, we have a good one here from FIFA. FIFA set to pay clubs £300 million for sending players to World Cup.
Okay. Haaland buys Marbella home worth 6.5 million euros.
Yes, unboxing. Anthony Joshua stakes reputation against Franklin Weekend.
Okay. Aribo explains why he's on Saints bench role.
Iwobi predicts Arsenal will win EPL.
Okay. Yeah, I think Arsenal will actually have a good chance of winning the EPL.
Because that's your club, I guess.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'll say. All right, NFF extend Pesero's contract till 2024.
PSG to rival Chelsea, Man U for Man U Kone's signature.
Okay, that's all. We have a newspaper front page. All right, so we'll be going straight to the top story for the day. The major story for the day, Igbo Chieftain Iwuanyanwu react on saying Yorubas are political rascals. But before we delve into the topic in full, we'll be back shortly. We'll go on a short break right now. Don't go nowhere. Keep watching Flip TV.
Nigeria, my fatherland. When I was a little boy, we used to sing a right so compare Troyes. Every tribe and every tongue, we used to live in peace and harmony. Oh, 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 oh. With one voice, with one love, with one strength, we used to live. Nigeria, giants of Africa. I remember the north and south, the east and west, we used to live in unity. Oh, 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 oh. Let's all believe we start to live in this unity. Nigeria, why? We can live without fighting. Yeah. We can live without killing one another.
All right, guys, you're welcome back to the program Lagos This Morning. If you're watching us, you can do well to click on the like button, and also you can also be part of the program by dropping your comment. Let's take a look at the feedback we have for now.
Yes, we have feedbacks from our viewers. Please, you can drop a comment and also like the program. Obina Ihiana just said, I don't show. Yes, of course we can see you. You're welcome. Emmanuel Ebogu said, welcome. Okay, I think he was referring to Obina.
Yeah.
Obina, you're welcome. And of course, Emmanuel, you're welcome to the show this morning. Ola Adewale say, good morning, guys. What is cooking in the contraction today?
What's cooking today is that the Igbo Chieftain Iwuanyanwu has reacted on saying that Yorubas are political rascals.
A lot of things are cooking. You know, finally, the Super Eagles, they defeated Guinea-Bissau.
The Super Eagles actually defeated Guinea-Bissau yesterday too. So what's your take on that as well? You can let us have a comment. Well, actually, I think before we go into Iwuanyanwu's case, I think the Super Eagles yesterday actually didn't see them winning yesterday, because I thought it would have been a harder contest for them to actually win.
Well, I don't know though, but I think Nigerians don't really do well when they are in their home, and you know, it's just like people that travels out. You see them making waves in other countries other than when
they come back
when they are here. You know.
Wow.
So I think that's what played out yesterday. But that's a good one, though. At least they've given us hope. You know, they actually say we should believe in them, that they can defeat these people in their home, and they've done their best, and their best is well appreciated because it gave us the victory we needed.
Yeah, but the way they actually played yesterday, it was just a lone goal. It was even a penalty, to be precise. And the Nigeria missed a lot of opportunities. We had about 16 shots and just about 5 on target out of 16. We have block shot, then we have off target as well. So do you really think Nigeria can go far looking at the qualities of other African nations like Algeria, Morocco, South Africa and the likes?
Football is a game of luck. You get, so if they coordinate themselves very well, I believe they would go far. But they shouldn't play to show skill. They should play as a team in order to defeat their opponents. If they do that, I think they will go far.
Yeah, and me personally, I actually think Nigeria needs to get another coach, because what I saw yesterday, I watched the game yesterday, it was just like the attack and the defense is not really connecting, and there are some players that need to sit down. Someone like Chukwueze, if I were to be the coach yesterday, I would have subbed him off, you know, bring another person to the pitch, because he was not really connecting with Osimhen very well. He saw a glorious opportunity in the first half and he skyrocketed the ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I think yesterday or sometime on weekend, I did mention that the coaches should try to observe these footballers, because when they are in their different clubs outside there they play for, they do very, very well. Yeah. They should know people that they can, if they pair them together, they will do well, and try to put them in there. Those ones that play, because I believe that there are players who play to show skill.
Of course.
They don't really play to actually support themselves. So those ones that play to show skill, they should leave the skill for now. Those ones who play to support themselves, that's who actually have the mindset of, okay, we have to win this match. Not we want them to see us so that this club can sign us after now. You know, I believe that's what some people do.
Yeah,
they'll go there to show, okay,
themselves.
I can do this so that I can get
signed
deal
to a better club or something.
So if they work together, like I said before, I believe they will go far.
Yeah, someone else actually came out to say that our NFF should actually include the home-based players as well to bring in competition for the foreign-based players, because when we use only foreign-based players, we tend to lose more of our homegrown players here that are playing in probably Kano Pillars, Remo Stars, and the likes, and MFM FC as well.
That's one thing they don't understand, because if you search within, there are good players.
Yeah.
Just because they've not really had the opportunity to go that far. You know, I think that the Nigerian Football Association should also look into that, because the Kano Pillars, we have the Enyimba.
Vaba,
Yes, we have the
Wiki Tourist, Kano Pillars, MFM.
the Port Harcourt people. What do they call them? Something in Port Harcourt. I believe they have up to like 3 or 4 clubs there in Port Harcourt. So there's one that I actually know, but I've forgotten the name. They have good players there. They should scan in those places to choose the best, and not always these ones, because some of them there, I think they're tired.
They have the money already, so they're not really playing with the passion.
Yes. So these upcoming ones, they want a platform where they can show themselves.
Showcase themselves to the
So
world.
they should try to give them that opportunity, and because these people too they are playing against, they don't really know them.
Of course.
You know, because I believe you me, some people in Guinea-Bissau, the Guinea-Bissau players, they play for same clubs that, let's say, Oshime or the likes of Iwobi them play.
Yeah, yeah.
So they already know how they
know
dribble,
them,
how they do
exactly.
their stuff. But these ones
at home.
at home, they don't know nothing.
know them.
Even when they carry the ball, you don't know, okay, is he going to pass or how is he going to do it? You go. So they should try to look into those ones too, just to make sure that
Everything is balanced.
yeah.
All right, let's move into the story for the day. I didn't say Yoruba are political rascals. Iwuanyanwu. Can we have the video where Iwuanyanwu actually made a statement? I saw the video yesterday and I played it repeatedly. He said in the video, some people, if you play the video, you will hear their political rascals. So some people are saying they ha, and some are hearing their ha. So I think that's where the problem comes from. But in the statement, okay, let's take a look at the video.
I want to let our people in Lagos to know that on Wednesday, I called a meeting of Organizing Council of Elders worldwide, and we explained the events in Lagos. And I want to tell you that we have people who attended the branches in America, in Canada, in Europe, in London, and Nigeria. We have resolved, and I want those from Lagos to go home and tell those in Lagos, we have resolved that never again can we allow anybody to take the life of any innocent Igbo person. All of us are going to fight the person. We are going to fight the person. Never again. We are in Nigeria, and we have invested in Nigeria. Our investments are so much. We are not going to take the pressure of people telling us to go. We are not going anywhere. And I want to tell those in Lagos to realize that there is no war between us and Yorubas. Yorubas are just political rascals, and we are going to handle them. The elders have directed Secretary General of Igbo, Emuje, to set up a commission of inquiry to find out if the employees people are going to pay. Meanwhile, I want to say I thank you for this opportunity. I'm very grateful, and I want you to give Soludo support. Give him support so that he will...
All right, so looking at the video, as I was saying, he said there are, I was hearing there are, some people would say he said they are, political rascal. But in everything he said Yorubas and Igbos, they are one. So how can someone go from uniting both ethnic groups to now pointing at one as rascals?
In this living, because I believe you know the work of media.
Yeah.
We are into media, so sometimes we know as these things
twist
go.
the narrative.
Thank you. They twist it, and sometimes too they will just leave. That is why, see, anything you're doing there, you don't have to give people half information, because I believe that this man was making a statement. They just have to cut that part. You know, that's what I feel, because he's in Lagos. He has businesses in Lagos. I don't think he could actually just say Yorubas are rascals. Meanwhile, you have customers who are Yorubas. So
Yoruba, exactly.
why would you say that? And being someone that is that learned, you know, I believe that is a misunderstanding somewhere, or they misconstrued his points or his statements. You get, so that's what I feel. That's exactly what happened. But thank God that he has actually come out to clarify the issue, because I saw a report whereby a particular Yoruba leader called him out, that he should come out, that he should clarify,
what he has
that he
said.
should bring more clarity to what the video that he made. You understand? So it's a good one so that people can actually know, okay, this is what he meant by what he said, or this is where he was coming from when he made that particular statement. You know, in this live chat, people will just understand what they feel to understand.
Yeah, they choose to understand what they want
what they want to understand, not because you actually mean bad, but because that's just what they want to understand in the whole thing.
Yeah, because yesterday I actually saw a series of videos, pictures online where some people were posting. They post their picture and you see a caption like "Proudly Yoruba Rascal." Even images. I was just like, why are people like this? We tend to just focus mainly on what we want to see, not what the person is showing to us in general. We only pick that small part.
That's something I've realized about Nigerians. We pay too much attention to problems, and then we don't
leave the
solution. Yeah, we leave the solution. Someone was making a statement and he pointed out something, and then you're making a case on a phrase. What happens to this main statement?
Exactly.
So the sentence, you're just picking a phrase.
Yeah. And that's in all the statements he made. He said Yoruba and Igbos are one. So how can even just a normal right-thinking person think like, okay, if this person actually said this thing, then why did they say that these two ethnic groups are one in the first place in the same statement that he was
making? Notwithstanding, this is Nigeria, where the elite rule over the poor, and the elite doesn't want to know what is going on with the poor or what the poor are thinking.
Exactly.
But they just want to make their own decisions for everybody. So that does not still dispute the fact that we actually in this country, both in the southeast, in the north, south, and even in the southwest, we definitely have political rascals.
Well, he said there are political rascals, which means these political rascals cut across the tribes.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not just about Yorubas.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's take a look at this. Someone from the southeast coming out to say it is my turn to be Senate president. No, look at that statement. How does it sound? Okay, probably because a presidential candidate from the southwest said it is my turn.
Then
it has not become an anthem now for a particular political party that they can use it at any time, So that is just it.
All right, let's take a look at some of our feedbacks.
Yes, we have Adetunde greeting us. He said, "Good morning, family."
Good morning, Mr. Atunde.
Yeah. Ola Adewale said, "What happened to the seized millions of dollars raw cocaine in Lagos? Or is the country turning to narco states?" Okay, Laditi, I'm sorry I can't pronounce that one. He said, why Nigerian media don't invite MC Oluomo for interviews? He hold a very important position in Lagos government, and you people can't ask him question or invite him for interviews. Okay. Is there a solution to this contraction? This should be part of our discussion, because there are political rascals, and that is the truth.
Well, that's the truth. I think Nigerians should be talking more of solutions now, because we have numerous problems.
Our problem is
uncountable problems, and new problems will keep coming up. We should start talking about the solutions now. So what can they do about all these political rascals? I think the first thing is to, if our political elite are being serious and being sincere about it, those ones that have been arrested now, what would they do to them? There is a particular woman that was being caught in the north with so many PVCs. She has been released now. So if you don't prosecute these kind of people, we would have more rascals in the society, cutting across the tribes.
See, what I don't understand is I don't really know. Okay, I really want to say something this morning, because coming to work this morning, something that I don't even know how to define it happened. Okay, I had to ask someone. I thought they said that these things. Okay, remember a few weeks ago, before the governorship election, some impounded vehicles were released to their owners, right? And I believe bikes too. I don't really know. I'm not sure. Some impounded vehicles were released. We saw those videos, and then it's not even up to 2 weeks after the election, and now they've gone back to arresting bikes again.
Wow.
So coming to work this morning, I was on bike. I didn't even like the bike man, because I was rushing actually, because I needed to meet up with this morning show this morning. So the normal me would have probably entered Keke Nape, but because I was running out of time, So being on bike, I didn't know what was going on, and then these people, it was just God that saved me this morning. As a matter of fact, up to this time, I don't even know where my slippers is. It was just God. On the express. On the express. Like, I don't understand. It is just 2 weeks after the governorship election, and these people have already gone back to what they were doing before. You know, that stuff left me with so many questions on my head.
Wow.
Because I'm like, okay, so they took a break because they needed people to vote them into power again.
Exactly.
And now, so I had to even ask one of the guys, like, this thing you guys are doing, what if I got myself severely injured? What if I had hit my head on this tree because it was just nearly? What if I had, okay, probably, what if I die? What would you say? Because you're pursuing bike, and on whose order exactly? These things that you guys are doing, you know, when you see a bike carrying somebody, it's not just the person now. What is just
It's not just the bike man.
It's not just the bike man. There's another person on the bike. So what happens if because you are carrying out an order from your, I don't even know how to put it, and then lives are being claimed on the process? What would you say? You know, and
it's so sad.
This whole thing. Okay, there's a comment here. There are so many gullible in that contraction, and that includes the Agberos. Honestly speaking, you know, I understand the fact that an order has been given. This, we don't want to see this. We don't want to see that. Okay? Yeah. But I believe still there are so many other ways you can carry out this whole thing. Let's say you go to where bikes are parked, they are looking for passengers. It is better, not a bike on motion.
On motion, that's very, very
not a bike on motion. Because I have injuries on my body, not just on my hand. This is here. I have injuries on my leg. And then slipper driving body is not even up to 1 month. It's nowhere to be found, only one leg. A bike on motion. So what happens if there's a loss of life
in that process? Would they say they want to, because you want to enforce law and order? I think you can just, you know, just do something else. You can wait for this bike, let them get to their destination. Keep following the bike.
Or even you go where they are usually parked. You know, I believe they have a park where they stay to wait for passengers. You can go there if you want to impound them. Go there and impound them.
Even for the fact that
not a bike on motion.
Yeah, that's it's very, very wrong. Very wrong.
Because if people gathered this morning, people had to gather. I didn't even know, like, I was unconscious for minutes. I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't even understand what was. I'd be like, goodness me, like, is this how? Like, oh my goodness, it's bad.
Sorry about that. That's very bad. At least they should have. If you still want to arrest this bike man, keep on following the bike man till he gets to his destination. Then let the passenger come down. Then you explain to this person, do you know that so thing? This thing has been said that don't pass this road. So why did you pass this road? Your bike has been impounded. Just willingly, the person will drop from the bike. Then you can take it away if you want to. No, it's not as if you now endanger someone else's life. It's not as if you're also a bike woman or you were riding the bike with the person.
I'm not a bike woman, for goodness sake. You know, okay, there are a lot of traffic in Lagos. Let's even say, okay, I had entered a commercial bus. Like, do you know the traffic alone on Wemco Road this morning? That you have to, like, wait. Seriously, like, I didn't even know. I felt really bad this morning because a few weeks ago, before the governorship election, they were nowhere to be found. Now the election is over. They are back to the road. And the annoying thing is that you are chasing after a bike on motion, carrying a passenger. And the bike man.
Did they eat the bike or they try to flank the bike down?
They try to, like, they
try to double cross the bike.
Yes. They tried to double cross, and the guy, because I didn't even know what was going on.
And they didn't signal to the bike man.
I didn't even know what was going on. I thought maybe the guy was trying to, like, follow or navigate because of the traffic. I didn't know he was running away from these people. You get? So then the next thing, the guy left the bike and jumped off, and I was on bike. And I was on the bike.
He jumped off the bike.
He jumped off the bike, and I was on the bike.
Damn.
Just imagine that it's like. The trauma for me this morning, because this is the very first time I will experience this kind of thing in my entire life, and it's not funny because I was unconscious. My slippers, I stood there searching for my slippers. I had one leg on my leg, so where is the other one? And I was carrying stuffs. My phone was there, and then there's this big tree that I would have, if not for God, probably not dare my head for land this morning.
Wow.
I had to start talking to the guy. What is the meaning of this thing that people are doing? What is this? What did
he now say?
Let's move on.
Oh, wow, sorry about
because
that.
I'm just happy that I could say this on this show. I believe people are watching and all of that. So if you're carrying out an assignment, like you are asked to impound vehicles, not vehicle or bikes on motion,
professionally, not
bikes on motion, because it claims lives. And once these lives are claimed, what will you say? What would you say?
See, there was a particular video before the governorship election. We saw LASMA officials. They came out. They were playing a particular song, a particular music of K1. They were pleading to the masses, to the Lagosians, like, okay, forgive us for everything we have done. Is it now that you've actually claimed the power again, you now go back to the street to do the same thing you were pleading for mercy for then, before the election? I think it's a very bad one. It's a very, very bad one, to be precise.
It's just funny that our people, like, we tend to forget things easily. You get, we tend to forget things easily. You know, when people need something from you, they do everything to make sure they get and they have, to make sure they have what they want. And once they've gotten what they want, they just go back to being the normal them. And I think these things needs to be checked, actually.
Yeah, it actually needs to be checked. Anyone who okay, we have a comment. Guys, as previously advised, please save your soul in that contraction, because it is not worth dying for. That is a failed state. It is obvious. You see, when we're talking about the government, we need to talk about ourselves as well too. Those people that are being told, those workers, let's say task force or something, at least, even if they ask you, go and impound bikes, go and arrest these people. Okay, let's say, go and arrest these people now. Do you arrest someone on motion, or you go to the bus stops? They would move from their parks or their bus stop or something before they enter the road.
Before they enter
if you arrest them there, you won't see anybody there again. So why should you enter the road? Had it been something bad has happened?
It's actually very funny. Like, you're seeing a bike moving on a busy road and you're chasing after them. How does that sound exactly? Well, I don't even know how, like, I don't know how that sounds. This morning, like, if you have seen, I just stood, like, I was on the floor because I didn't even know what was going on. I was unconscious for minutes. I just knew that people surrounded me and they were asking me, are you okay, are you okay, are you okay? It took me minutes before I could, okay, what is going on, what is happening to me?
Well, you know, at times you say they are bad eggs, but I think right now all the whole crate is bad. You can't say they are bad eggs alone. The entire crate is just nothing to write home about.
If you say there is bad, why don't you remove the bad egg so it won't affect the other eggs on the crate? If the moment you refuse to remove the bad egg on the crate, that means you are invariably letting the other eggs to be affected.
Yes, exactly.
It's just that simple. So in order not to corrupt the other eggs or to get the other eggs affected, remove the said, in quotes, bad egg. Otherwise, the rest of them can be seen as bad, because you can't risk trying to break every one of them to know, okay, which one is still good.
Exactly. There. All right. We thank God for life today. Let's go back to the Iwuanyanwu's case as well. This is what we're talking about. Solution to problems. All right. We have our in-house analyst, Mr. Christian Chukwu, is on the line right now. Good morning, Mr. Christian Chukwu.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Olamide. Good morning, my sister.
Good morning,
Gladys.
Chris. Yes.
All right.
Good morning.
Yeah, the Igbo Chieftain Iwuanyanwu has reacted on saying that Yorubas are political rascals. What can you say about that?
I think I might have a different view this morning from what I said yesterday.
Okay.
These are all politicians.
Okay.
And I came to the realization that it is the political class that are having the talk, and the lower class, the average Nigerian, and doing the work. That is, they will talk and the average Nigerian will take action and destroy themselves. Iwuanyanwu and other political actors in Nigeria, they are friends, they are colleagues, they are associates. So now, at this point in time, I need to be wise enough not to be swayed by whatever any politician says at this point in time, because it is time for election, it is time for alignment, it is time for people to put their interest in perspective so that they can get favors. See, now it is the ruling class that are trying to position themselves, and they use the masses to settle their scores. So if he's denying, like I said yesterday, what he said actually was talking about political rascals, not Yorubas in general. Okay. And some other people twisted what he said and trying to make a point with it, trying to still maintain the ethnic disorder that we have in Lagos and also Nigeria today. So he has denied it, and yeah, of course, he will say anything to defend himself, his interest. Like I said last time, if he's speaking, he's not speaking for the Igbo people, the Igbo nation. He's speaking for himself. Iwuanyanwu, I know, has spoken out against the Biafra struggle and agitation. He's a politician that had interest in business. We have champions, newspaper, and other things. So it is a normal political rules they are trying to play this time around.
Okay. Few minutes ago, we discovered that the Lagos State Task Force are now back to the road. Arresting bike guys and impounding bike as well. What do you have to say about that? Considering the fact that before the elections, everything was relaxed and there was, no last-minute officials on the road, but now they are now back to the streets, more aggressive than before. What do you think?
Nigerians need to be wise enough to take actions and also stand together. Before the elections, the last mile officials and other security enforcers were not on the streets. We didn't have the kind of accidents, road, the problems on the road when they were off the street. During Ambode's time, he disengaged most of them, and we didn't have the problems. Now they have come and we are having problems. We need to open our eyes to see that some of these institutions do not serve the purpose they were meant for. And I think Nigerians, I won't want to say this on air, but we have been so gullible that we don't know our left from right. Before our eyes, we are being spit at. Before our eyes, we are being deceived. I told some people during the elections that I can't see the last mile on the road. And the road, the access to the road is free. Nothing like these kind of problems on the road. Now you see that from nowhere, problems will just emanate on the road. Some kind of accidents as a result. You know what happened in Bega the other time, whereby a truck rammed some students at that grammar school. They said it was these officers that were trying to enforce that somebody stops. So some of these things they are doing, I think there will be a time that it will be enough for Nigerians to stand up to this plot and this deed that they have put forward there. Well, I won't correlate the last month. The deed has been done. The last time we saw them on air, they were begging Nigerians that they should forgive them, and now things are happening. They are still doing the things, even as you said, much more worse than what they asked forgiveness for.
All right, thank you so much about that. And also yesterday we saw some pro-Tinubu protesters telling Atiku and Obi that no mandate was stolen, no one stole your mandate. They were telling them, and they were also, asking for congratulatory message from other people as well.
I wish we need to sit down and reflect on these things that are happening for those that still would have conscience. Now, when evil or the things that are wrong have become a norm, nobody knows whatever that is right to do. Nobody wants to. If you see the things that are right, you would want to detest what is right. The process going to court, P2B was told to go to court, and he has gone to court. And now you're asking for congratulating messages. Somebody said that pressure, they had to put pressure on some embassies to congratulate the president-elect. No, it's a natural thing. Nobody needs to be persecuted for not congratulating anybody. I saw the protest yesterday. I was wondering how twisted the nation and Nigerians are. Like, the reason why there's injustice is because the society aligns with injustice. In our various cubicles, there's injustice, so it is contributing to a larger injustice at the center. That's why when people can come out and do things that are funny, snake swallowed money, monkey and rats did all sorts with money, and we took it as normal human beings in this country, and heads didn't roll. People did not go mad. They did not shut down facilities of government to explain to us what happened. So it seems that the abnormal is becoming norm, and we are off crossed, and we are folding our hands to look at these things happening. Protesting for what? Let the court decide, and let the court decide what is the protest for. Let the court decide who is the actual president-elect of these concluded elections.
Okay, Pat Otomi of the Labour Party, chieftain of the Labour Party, he said, punish offenders or kiss democracy by. That's talking about the what happened during the 2023 polls. What do you have to say about that?
I think we are at a crossroad whereby if we don't take a drastic action, we're just going to be living in oblivion, like in a world whereby we're just dreaming that good things can happen, whereas they cannot happen. Just know that very soon, 750 naira, 800 naira will be a little fuel. Very soon, not too long from now. And just know that suffering, access to funds is increasing. Salaries are not increased at par with the increase of goods and services, and Nigerians are suffering. Now, things are happening and people are not punished. The instrumentation of law is complicit in criminal activities. The people that are supposed to punish are involved in criminality themselves. However, in a way, they might be pioneering criminality. How do you look at that? Whereby there is selective judgment, abuse for the rule of law, political appointment of justices, judges, and transfer of judge from one court to the other. How do you think that if we continue like this, like what Pat to me said, democracy for me is already dead. We just need something to resurrect it. So if you don't punish electoral offenders at this point in time, whereby at the helm of power, the political power is these persons are holding political power by the horn. That is, they are holding it by the horn. It is in their hands. If you don't do something drastic, I think the next few years in Nigeria will be trying to survive.
It's quite funny. Okay, we also got this report that says Obasanjo is an Igbo man in spirit. Yes, of course, that's Ohaneze Ndibo replying Fanny Kayode. I don't know, what do you think would make him say that?
Yeah, because Obasanjo was actually there when Iwuanyanwu made the statement, and some people said he didn't react, which means that he is automatically an Igbo man. So what do you have to say about that?
I want to ask the question, who is an Igbo man? Who is a Yoruba man? You are a human being first, you have a spirit. You didn't ask for where you were born. For me now, if they say you should ask, where do you want to get born? Where do you want to be giving birth to? I would tell them that they should give birth to me in Australia or even Canada. But you don't have a decision. You don't have a say in where they are going to give birth to you to, as in where you're going to be giving birth to. Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, we are all the same, just that we are from these different climes and environment. We are born in different environments. We are all the same. Igbo spirit, Yoruba spirit, Hausa spirit. A good person is a good person. A bad person is a bad person. A tribal bigot is a tribal bigot. One that is not wise is not wise. A rich man is a rich man. A poor man is a poor man. There's no tribe that will not find a rich man. There's no tribe that will not find a poor man. It is when it comes to things that are inconsequential, that's when people start bringing tribe. What is Igbo spirit? What is Yoruba spirit? What is Hausa spirit? They are looking for how it is their interests. When you talk about interests, that is when they bring all this ethnicity into play. Most people in the southeast are calling for the agitation for Biafra. The Ohanese themselves, are they in support of the agitation? Which a collective number of persons, like a reasonable number of persons, are calling for. How many are the Ohanese? Many people have outrightly rejected the Ohanese as persons leading them. So whatever that is coming from their mouth, it is for their own personal interest, political interest. Let's stop this Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. You have head, eyes, nose, hand, blood flowing through your veins. You have a brain. You think, you eat, you sleep like every other person. Whether Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, let's not talk about whether Igbo spirit. Obasanjo, for me, if I will say this, you might not like it. He started this electoral malpractice 2007. Beyond all reasonable doubts, he truncated democracy. He was the father, he was the person that laid the foundation of all these things that are happening. So probably because maybe he has this something against Tinubu or whatever. He's trying to impose, trying to do as if he's fighting for the masses. You understand? So let's forget all these things and let's move on. Let's see how the country will be better for a human being, not an Igbo and outside Yoruba.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Christian.
Thank you so much,
yeah.
Mr. Christian. But please, I have one question for you. Just yesterday, the Super Eagles made us smile.
At least a little
yes,
bit.
at least a little. So, they actually did promise that we should have small faith in them, that they were going to defeat Guinea-Bissau, and then they came back with a 1-0 defeat. Should we have faith in them that they'll actually go far in this African Cup of Nations?
If I would do a census of how many people that watch their football, I would know that out of 100 Nigerians, probably 2 persons watch the football. It might not be. I didn't get it in our national channels. A country playing such important tournament. Like I said yesterday, I said they were going to win or draw. I saw that they were going to win or draw. But me, they will give us hope. Let us get things right politically. Every other thing will fall in place. That's what I always say. If we get it right politically, every other thing will fall in place.
So if they don't win, or even if they lose in the next match, or if whatever happens, we shouldn't blame them because we've not really fixed our country politically. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. The last time they went, now should be they win. End of the day, they lose. Everybody get high blood pressure, come off of it. People they carried in BRT to the stadium from probably Sokoto to Abuja. They abandoned them. They almost use their leg and trek home. You understand? So when the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? So let's get it political. But our guys are good. They're entertaining. Even Chukwueze was selfish with the ball. Now I'm a footballer. I might want to criticize some of these things they're doing, but they are senior brothers to Guinea now, so they need to win. Let's look at people like Egypt, Algeria, Ghana, Senegal. So then when we beat those people, we can say we have come, we have started.
Yeah, there's someone still on the football though. Someone did mention something. He said we shouldn't always put those guys who we see as top people. Yeah, we shouldn't front them too much. We should look inside, like all these Kano pillars and all of that. We should pick players from there, not necessarily all these guys. Is that also your own opinion, or you have a contrary opinion? Yes, because they are doing injustice to our guys back home. If you go to England, look at their feeders team. They might not be those physically strong or in the African muscle, but come to Nigeria to our feed. See somebody that's 38 years, you don't chop fufu, all your body don't strong. You understand? No opportunity, no nothing. You will play, you will not give birth to children. The children will, you see, if you get it right politically, if you bring all these guys, these other guys that are playing, in fact, we have more players in Nigeria than in England. England as a whole, the whole Premiership, we have more players in Nigeria, skillful players. But instead, the administration, the president might now appoint a sports minister, politically motivated. The sports minister will now influence the NFF, and they will start doing all sorts of politics in football, and the right persons might not be invited to a national team. So these guys will tell you that they pay money just to feature in a national team. So it's not really about talent, it's about if you got a skill, can you play the politics? So in football, Nigerian football is politics. That's why we are not going to get what we got Olympic 1996.
1996. Wow. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Christian Chukwu.
Yeah. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
All right. You can be part of this program by dropping your comment. You can also call in. We have a number in the comment section. You can call in. All right. Let's take a look at some of our feedbacks.
Yes, we got a good number of feedbacks from our viewers. Thanks for always interacting with us on this program.
Yeah.
We have Oladewale say, okay, I think I've read that before. Guys, as previously advised, please save your soul in that contraction, because it's not worth dying for. That is a failed state, and it is obvious. thank God for safety. That's they don't kill people.
So that's
Honestly.
how they kill people.
I honestly do thank God this morning because I didn't even know what would I have said though. But thank God for safety.
What did those people say? Like after you asking the question, like what's all this thing for? Like what if you've died or something?
Did they answer me? Then the next thing I just stood there. I was trying to like gather the stuffs I was holding. Then there was one girl there. She held me to stand up, and I was trying to pack up my things. Only for me to look up, they've already disappeared. I was like, "Where is my slippers?" I started searching for my slippers everywhere. They've already gone. They've already gone. Even before I could know what was happening.
Wow.
I don't want to go back to because the memory this morning is I beg. I don't want to say too much about it. Okay. Let's take a look at the other feedback we have. There are bad eggs everywhere. Please be careful, guys. Okay, we'll try. Yes, they should be removed.
They should be removed, but would they listen?
Will they listen?
I think they actually have these bad eggs to intimidate the people.
Right.
To intimidate the people. I think that's what they're actually using them for. Because they can't say that they've not been hearing of feedbacks from the people. Why? Okay, let's say they want to actually start impounding bikes again. The same social media that the Lagos State governor used to campaign after about 2 weeks to the election, when they started moving helter skelter up and down to campaign, he started using social media. Why didn't he go to that same social media and announce that as from Monday henceforth, nobody for his own safety should take a bike anymore, because they'll be going out there to pick up these bike men, so you won't get yourself injured. You have to be proactive. It is not when the thing this has been done.
Getting yourself injured is not even I don't think that should be the word, because my like I said before, my concern is this. You have their parks.
Yeah.
You have where they like.
You know where they stay.
You know where they stay.
Gather.
You know where they gather. Yeah. You don't go there to impound the motorbikes. You wait for them to be on the road. I don't even know, like, how does that sound exactly? Like, you're chasing after a bike on motion on the road, on a busy road. So what if the bike rams into a truck and then the person loses his life or something? What would you say? Then what they would do is that, he has died, okay, let's
something like that.
Let's move on. Stuff like that is not normal.
It's just so bad.
It's not normal. Okay, I agree with Chris on the issue that we are one. Okay, yes, we actually won. Before we are Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, we are human.
But I will always say something that regardless of your religion, your tribe, or anything, nobody decided to be a Yoruba man or Hausa or Igbo. You can't decide.
I didn't wake up and say I want to be an Igbo girl. That wasn't my choice to make. I didn't just say na Igbo girl I want to be. Like Christian said, if he was to choose where he wanted to be born, he would have chosen Australia. Honestly speaking, I would have chosen an American country after all, because
you don't like Ghana or Togo.
You go to Cote d'Ivoire.
Or Madagascar.
All right, moving on. We have Mrs. Gladys Oyabo. Thank you so much, Ma, for joining. She said, thuggery and violence should not be tolerated in our country. Drastic actions should be taken to nip this situation in the bud. Nigeria future. My
future of
friend.
Nigeria.
He said, good morning, my people around the world, and to my love. Every time I see you and your smile, it make my day brighter. Okay, is it right?
Oh, wow.
Right?
So last, I've been confirmed to be a potato. Irish potato.
You called yourself one. Okay. Taiwo Odunlade said, God bless you, Christian, on this issue of one nation and one people. I am glad Mr. Christian prefer outside the contraction, but how about you guys' wishes? You have hit the nail on the head. We are all one in the Lord. There is no division among the children of God. Mr. Christian Chukwu, you have spoken well.
Yeah, I saw a video where a man actually said that, you see, black men, black people, we prefer the president or someone leading to be, a typical black man prefers the person leading to be from his tribe than you actually, breaking free from enslaving yourself from all this and Western world. We still depend on these people. It's just like neocolonialism. Instead of we developing on our own, we would rather choose, okay, let this president be for my tribe. Let this governor be for my tribe. Let this president be for my religion. So he said, African people, we actually, our thinking is so small.
Or should I say Africans, we are selfish?
We are very, very selfish.
selfish.
Very, very selfish. We don't look at the big picture. We only look at this time now. Okay, is this person from my tribe? Is this person from my religion? But just look at the Western world. Look at the countries that are doing well. I don't think they're actually doing that.
See, I was speaking with someone one day. I told the person something that there is something a white man said about Africans. And okay, let's leave Africa out of it. A white man said something about Nigeria, even though he said Africans. But I will say Nigeria because now here we did.
Yeah.
He said, put money in the middle of a book and give it to a black man. He would rather be poor than to search it out. You know, there are so many things that we are supposed to, how will I put it? We're supposed to read and understand. But because we believe in our own initiative, my own is enough for me.
Yeah.
You know, we wouldn't want to like actually get the information that we need. Okay, things are happening now, you know. Okay, during let's take we look at during the time of Abacha. I don't know that time, but at least I read it. During the time of Abacha, you know, a lot of things went wrong, the military regime, and how this man, what's his name, Awolowo, was removed.
Okay.
Is that Awolowo? Or MKO Abiola.
MKO Abiola.
Yes, how he was removed.
And that should be Babangida. His election was annulled. Yeah.
Thank you. And all of that. And if you take a look at the whole thing, it's as if the whole thing is trying to, like, history is trying to play back to our present time. So, now we young people, what are we doing? Instead of us to go and read what happened before, we are busy chasing after shadows.
But you notice that during those times, 1993, those people that were acting like saviors then, now they are now the oppressors. They are the oppressors. It's just like the Franz Fanon theory that says that majority of all these people, you know, doing like acting like activists or something, once they get to that seat of power, they will never want to live there anymore. It will, the cycle will now keep repeating itself. The people posing as saviors then, they are now the people we are agitating against today.
That is why we young people now, we already know, like, unlike the last election before the one we had this year, that was 2019. Let's even say 2011.
Yeah.
2015. You know, the way things are transparent now, the way we are seeing things, any small thing that is happening, we are seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like that as at that time. As a matter of fact, most people didn't even care. Like, whatever you do is none of our business. But thank God for the NSAS that came and opened,
the social media too,
and the social media that came and opened the eyes of a lot of people. Like, most youth now, including me, wants to really know what is happening in the political space. Like, what are they doing? Why is things done this way and all of that? You know, so we, now that we are trying to like get informed about these things, what are we, okay, after getting informed, then what's the next thing?
It's to be active.
It's to be very, very
part of the
active
system.
and be part of the system. You get, it is not enough that you know, then with all your wisdom, you're sitting down there. You know, there's something that someone said. If we that are knowledgeable and are smart to this extent, that can actually turn around things, decides to keep quiet, that's when you will see an Agbero coming to rule over us.
Exactly.
And wouldn't have any word to say. And if you watch closely, that is what is happening. You know, where someone from nowhere will just come up and start, you know, even if the person campaign and nobody's listening, he will use all the tools, all the means available to make sure he or she gets what they want. And with that, with all the big English, with all the big grammar, with all of our exposure and everything, we are allowing these people still to sit on our heads. You know.
Well, you know, before they used to say information, they say what's it called? Knowledge is power. But I don't actually believe that. I believe that knowledge is not power, it is applied knowledge. Until you apply the knowledge you have, it will never convert. You can say, okay, this is how to win the election, this is what you do. If you don't apply, if you don't join the process, be part of the process, join them, know how they actually do this thing, how they read their way into power, how they influence the Supreme Court or something like that. So in general, I actually think the solution, I think as Africans that we have, we've splitted ourselves up. Nigeria is doing its own alone. You know, Ghana is just going on that way. You know, Burkina Faso, Guinea, and the likes. We need to come together as one. Have one currency. We need to hold ourselves as one. Then we can be just like European Union. There are different, just like United Kingdom, that we have Great Britain,
that can only
Wales,
happen
and the likes.
If we are able to sort ourselves in-house. If Nigeria should sort themselves, because Nigeria have not sorted itself out. I mean herself. We've not sorted ourselves. We need to sort ourselves out because we're having crisis there and there. Okay, look at before the election, few weeks to the election.
Yeah.
There was no Boko Haram. There was no kidnapping. There was no demand.
Or should we say it reduced drastically?
You didn't even hear about someone was kidnapped and they're asking for ransom?
No.
Now they've started again. Last week, people were killed in Benue State.
Just like what happened today.
Just like what happened, yes. Few weeks ago, there was no task force. There was no last mile on the streets, on the roads of major roads of Lagos State. And now the election is over, they are back to the road. They're even doing worse than they even did before. I'm not saying they are not working. They are doing their job. After all, they are being instructed
to do it.
But there's something that the elders usually say. As a child, when someone is giving you an advice, do not ever throw away your own personal initiative.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you are asked to impound vehicles, very okay. But you should ask yourself, okay, in order to carry out this duty effectively, and in order not to allow it to cause cries in society, how best will I do this to make sure that I don't disobey my paymaster and I don't hurt the people? You get? So just because you're told something, you want to carry it out. There's something like you sit down and ask yourself. I was speaking with someone yesterday. Something happened. I asked the person, okay, what do you think should be the best way? The person told me I need to sit down and think it through.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable person. You know, some people will just wake up and carry out action without thinking, knowing that, okay, what you want to do is either going to affect you or affect the next person. So how will you not do it to make sure that, okay, someone is not being affected negatively? That is where initiative comes to play. Because in this our country, but we are too selfish.
Well, I think
very selfish. We want to do things that in a way that it will be good for us. It's about me. How about the other people? That's where our politicians are getting it right. You're busy looting money, doing things, forgetting that you have children, you have a generation. I don't even care about them. You're just concerned about your own self. Where's MK or Abiola today? He's nowhere to be found. But he has family. Where are they?
He has family. Yeah, they're still alive.
We can't even hear. We hear less about them today.
His son was among the presidential aspirants.
Except that someone told me, I would have believed that anybody can answer the name Abiola. Wow. Because they're not making waves in the society.
Yeah, you can part of this program by calling in. We have the number there. You can drop your number there. All right, so we still have more comments here. Let's take a look at the feedback.
Yes, Nigeria Future said, really selfish. That's we Africans, but we need to learn. We shouldn't just put ourselves there only. We should consider others too. All right, Africa, we are our own problem. Mostly our African leaders are doomed for life. Whoa. Okay, for a greener pasture, we have all we need to make Africa a better place. But bad and selfish leaders will not let us enjoy our God-given resources. What's that? Resources will never be well with all the all the African leaders. Talking about young people, now the die is cast. It is obvious the contraction cannot work. Hopefully, lesson learned.
Yeah, the lessons are now being learned now. And I also think for those people, I think I'll be talking to some Yoruba people during the election. I was talking to a particular Yoruba man. He's a person just like a, but I won't say a senior brother, I'll just say a senior colleague to me. And was saying stuff like some people were trying to take away, you know, Lagos State from a particular tribe or something. And now let's put it into the concept of what happened to you today. Now, had it been I was the one on that bike, would they have asked me, or would they have given me money that because you are a Yoruba man? Did they ask you that, are you a Yoruba lady or you are not? Now, it's now glaring that there is no fight between Yorubas and Igbos. It's just mainly between the political ruiners, not rulers this time around. Because they are ruiners and the entire masses. Now, they didn't ask you, maybe you are Igbo, they didn't care about your name, your tribe or anything. They actually wanted to harm you. Because they could have just waited for the bike. Simply the bike would just turn, then drop you. Then after the bike drops you, they will go there and say, okay, Mr. Man, we have flanked you down. Just gently submit your bike to us. Then they will go. Why did they do that? Did they even know if the bike man was a Yoruba man? Did they ask the bike man? No. So there are people spreading this propaganda that some people are trying to take over Lagos State. I saw another video like that yesterday. A typical Yoruba guy did the video. He said, let's talk about the Lebanese in Lagos State. Let's talk about all the old tribe in Lagos State. Why are you not saying that this tribe wants to take away your land? Those people that are using Lagosians, those foreigners that are using Lagosians anyhow in the companies, why are we not talking about them?
I think we have a caller.
We have a caller. All right.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Olamide and Miss Gladys.
Thank you. Good morning. You're welcome to the show.
Yeah, this is Udeze Chima calling from Italy.
Yeah, thanks.
Mr. Udeze Chima, it's good to have you on the show this morning.
Yeah, I tried calling yesterday, but it seems that your network is not going through.
Oh, sorry about that.
But all the same, I need to do my yesterday's contribution. I need to put it together with today's own.
Okay.
All right,
Also. Yeah. Well, I thank you for the platform. I thank you for giving us opportunity, especially those of us that are in diaspora that are longing and we are eagerly waiting for a new Nigeria to come back and make impacts in Nigeria. Unfortunately, those that are in power, those that call themselves politicians, I call them politicians. Because there's nothing good, they are not politicking anything. They are just there for their own selfish interest. Now, you know that if Nigeria would have been a better country where all platforms, the platform was given to Nigerians, especially those that are abroad, unemployment, hunger, poverty, insecurity would have been a thing of the past in Nigeria. Because unfortunately, if you come outside here, in Europe, in America, in Asia, in everywhere, in every continent of the world, you see Nigerians making waves. I can authoritatively tell you that most of the medical doctors are making waves. Let me give you an instance. There's a medical doctor over here in Italy that they call him Dr. Franklin. He works in the medical, in the government hospital here, a cardiologist of the first degree. I tell you, when you see when there's an operation going on, a surgery going on, and it gets complicated, they will be calling, they will fly Dr. Franklin, they will look for him wherever he is and fly him from Roma to Milano, from Rome to Milano, to come and correct things or they seek advice from me. This is a Nigerian. And each time I see this Dr. Franklin talking, he has been here, he's schooled here, he went to school here, he has been here for over 3 decades, if I'm not mistaken. This man is longing to go home and impact back home. He's always saying this, I want to go back home. I want to transform this knowledge to Nigerian back home before I go back to my ancestors. But do you know what? So this Dr. Franklin built a duplex in his village in Nigeria. And the very first year that Dr. Franklin came back home and the very first day he slept in that house was the very first day the armed robbers attacked Dr. Franklin. And Dr. Franklin picked his passport and jumped through the window. There ends Dr. Franklin. If you're talking about Nigeria today, Dr. Franklin will say, no, don't talk about Nigeria in my ears. Unfortunately, the insect eating the vegetable is behind the vegetable itself. What am I saying here? We Nigerians, we are always good at blaming those that are the hems of affairs. But we, the citizens of Nigeria, such as those back home in Nigeria, even to a greater extent, those in diaspora, when I see somebody like Bayo Nanoga tweeting, he times, talking, blah, 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 blah. Someone like FFK, Femi Fani Kayode. I look at this people, I say, and you can still see some people, some poor people out there, some poor Nigerians, the power part, still supporting these people. I'm asking them, what actually looking at before they are supporting these people. For me, if the person that will put Nigeria in a better shape is from Efik, from Fulani, from anywhere, I don't care. What I need is that very person that will put Nigeria in a better way. That person that will bring the economy in Nigeria to a better way. That person that will bring security to Nigerians. That person that will put the economy, that person that will make Naira to be a currency again. Now, I always make this instance. Especially, I'm not trying to be a bigot here. I'm making an instance. My Yoruba brothers, I have good friends in Yoruba, good people. Yorubas are known for their intellectuals. Yoruba people are known for, when it comes to education in Nigeria, give it to the Yoruba. But what is playing out recently, I wonder, is this the same Yoruba people that I do believe in? They have allowed these politics, these elections that just passed. Many Yoruba people, they allow these politics to bring a bad side of them. This is very, very bad, Nigeria. We have bad people everywhere. We have bad people in Igbo land. I'm from the southeastern part of Nigeria, and there are a lot of bad people in the southeastern part of Nigeria. There are bad people in Hausa land. There are bad people in Yoruba land. There are bad people in Fulani. But, still educated, those that call themselves educated Yorubas, aligning with this bigot of a thing because of Tinubu's candidacy. It pains me a lot, honestly. And this thing has portrayed the Yoruba tribe. It has given them a bad name outside Nigeria. God, we live here. Come out and listen. Even when I might be in Nigeria, but come out here and see how Nigeria has been reduced to nothing. Nigeria is now a laughing stock before the nations of the world. Before the election, Bayo Ononuga, FFK, and Femi Festus Kayamo, a once respected human rights activist, Festus Kayamo, because of peanuts, shredded his name in the mud. Festus Kayamo came out in the Chinese television, and he was openly saying that, trying to defend Tinubu, saying that Tinubu was never involved in drug case, Tinubu doesn't have such a case, Tinubu was this, Tinubu was that. Many NPC chieftains, they are doing that, trying to blame, to stop and say that Tinubu wasn't this. But I was surprised last week when Bayo Ononuga himself, the talkative, the parrot, he retweeted that Tinubu, yes, Tinubu had a drug case, but it has passed 10 years. That doesn't mean anything. He can govern. But before the election, they were telling Nigerians that Tinubu wasn't involved in any drug case. Once a drug baron is always a drug baron. Whether he quits or he doesn't quit, that name is there. I can tell you the day Tinubu was declared, forcefully declared, because I know that Tinubu didn't win this election. Even a black man knew it. He's forcefully imposed on Nigerians against their wish. An Austrian newspaper, a well-known Austrian newspaper here in Europe, made a headline: a drug baron wins Nigerian president against the wish of the people. Now, you as a Nigerian, Miss Gladys and Miss Olamide, you want to be respected as a citizen of a great country. Let me tell you one thing. Even to my fellow Yorubas, even to those APC people that are truncating from one area to the another, saying that Tinubu must win, I don't have any problems. Whether Tinubu rules Nigeria or not, I don't have any damn problem. I have a second passport. I have a dual citizenship. I have my family here. Truth must be told. Until Nigerians start seeing things from the positive side and start saying the truth, Nigeria won't change. You are supporting Tinubu to be the president of
Nigeria because you're a Yoruba man. Now ask yourself, we didn't even make every Yoruba man a millionaire, a trillionaire, a billionaire in the next 8 years or 4 years. He will be in that governor. He will be in charge of Nigeria. No way. I can remember a young man that trekked from Abuja to Kano, from Abuja to Lagos, celebrating Buhari's victory. I have been asking about this young man. Let me see this young man and know where he is. Know his face. Maybe he's one of those that have gone beyond have gone 6 feet beyond the ground. Buhari came from Katsina State. Buhari came from Katsina State in Nigeria. Katsina State remains one of the most poorest, one of the most insecure states in Nigeria today. The president comes from their state too. Buhari's kinsmen has been one of the most impoverished people. They have suffered more than other tribes in this administration of this Mr. Buhari. Then why are you so eager that your kinsman, an incapacitated man, a man you know that is physically and mentally incapacitated, why are you supporting him to be the president? Come on! The world is moving in a different direction. Africa is moving backwards. I don't know if I was arguing with I was conversing with one of my friends, one of my white friends the other day. He was making joke of me. He said that God created the white man, but his apprentice created the Africans. God's apprentice created Africans.
That's funny.
And if you are looking at it from a layman's view, you can agree with him. If I'm telling you, I'm still wondering whether if she's the same God that created the white man, that created the black man. Because the difference between a black man and a white man is just like flying from Singapore to the US an 18-hour flight. You will wake up, sleep. You are still in the same flight, 18 hours from Singapore to the United States. It's unbridgeable. We don't learn. You cannot keep making the same mistake and expect a positive progress. Look at Mr. Peter Obi. Sentiments apart. If Mr. Peter Obi is bad, I will tell you that Peter Obi is bad. So go to Ghana, go to Cameroon, go to every other country. You can hear them, you can see them saying, "Oh, how we wish this man is from our country. How we wish this man is from our country." Peter Obi is a red gem. I have never seen, I must tell you, I swear with my life, I have never seen a Nigerian like Mr. Peter Obi. I have never. Mr. Peter Obi is too intelligent, too articulated, Mr. Peter Obi is too good to be a Nigerian. Let me tell you the truth. I wonder how Mr. Peter Obi happened to be a Nigerian politician. I'm telling you, I've never seen a Nigerian politician like Mr. Peter Obi.
Oh, wow.
I must tell you the truth. Nigeria saw this kind of man. If somebody with brain saw Mr. Peter Obi and saw Mr. Tinubu, so both in appearance, both in speech, both in comportment, and you went and some pretest for Mr. Tinubu against Mr. Obi. That means you want to die in poverty. You want to die in your foolishness. You want to die in your ignorance because of time. I listened to Mr. Christian this morning talking his analysis. I must put it to him that he's wrong. Until we tell ourselves this simple truth, we keep making the same mistake.
Yeah.
Nigeria is not one and can never be one. Nigeria is just like bringing Ghana, bringing Kuwait, bringing Congo. And once they come up and say, let us be one, let us be. Listen, Olamide, if I bring out the food, my most native food now, place it before you. You can see it for me. You cannot eat it. If
the Yoruba man brings out his food and brings before me, I cannot eat it. If another man before me, I will vomit. It doesn't mean that that food is not good. That food is good. The only difference is this. I am not born to enjoy such a food. My nature gave birth to me that this is not what nature gave me. There was countries before Nigeria. You know, before this election, I know all this history, but I was okay. Since it has come to this nature, it has come to like this. Let's keep making progress. Let's see how we can bring Nigeria together. But after this election, I was once a one Nigerian. Let me put it that way. But I have lost faith totally. Let me tell you the truth. I am a Yoruba man. We are not one. I am an Hausa man. We are not one. I am a Fulani man. We are not one. Nature didn't design us to be one. Let us say the truth and stop hiding under this thing we are doing here. The earlier we come out together and champion for the cause of separating Nigeria peacefully, the better for the progress, not even for us, for our children. The other day, my child was asking me, Daddy, when are we going to Nigeria? I was pained inside me. I was pained because I have done everything possible to educate these children here. That listen, you are living here, you have a passport here, but you're not from here. Get that into your mind. One day I want you to live here, to go back home. Anything you learn here. My wife, my daughter is becoming a champion in volleyball. She has an option now to choose between Italian or Nigeria, who to represent in volleyball. I would have loved my daughter. I would have loved my daughter and forced her to represent Nigeria in volleyball and make Nigeria proud. But how can I convince my daughter to go and represent Nigeria in volleyball with this team that is playing out in Nigeria? Where they will see him as an Igbo man, as a non-citizen. How can you be in a country and you treat other people like trash, that they don't belong to this country, but you force them to be in that country? It's not working. God deposited every tribe in Nigeria to move Nigeria forward, to bring something to the table. And truth be told, if you watch an Igbo man, I'm not trying to be sentimental here, I'm not trying to be a bigot. If you watch an Igbo man, there's something God deposited in Igbo man, administratively wise. Anything that Igbo man handles and fell, I must tell you the truth, nobody on earth can go there and handle that and succeed. We have this ability. God gave us this intelligence to see things before it happens. The much reason Buhari came to power in 2015, even people saw this man. Look, there's nothing we see here. This man is an empty barrel. This man is a come bottle. This man don't vote this man, no. Because there's no other option. We choose to vote Atiku that time. That was the crime an Igbo man committed against Buhari. That he sidelined them and humiliated them totally from his administration. Now, tell me what has happened. Nothing. Buhari's administration is the worst administration that has happened in Nigeria. Because of what? It's not that Buhari is not good, because he surrounded himself and these incompetent men everywhere in his cabinet. Now, what Obasanjo's administration? As far as I'm concerned, Obasanjo's administration is the best so far since the start of democracy. Why? What's somebody like Soludo? What's somebody like Okonjo Iweala? These are people he put in office and they made them pass. These are Igbo people. Yoruba people, they have where they are good. Put them in that position. Hausa people, they have where they are good. Put them where Igbo men know where they are places they are good. Put them in that position so that we can move on to the forward. You say no. You don't want an Igbo man to be in Nigeria, but you continue forcing an Igbo man to be in Nigeria. It's not working.
Right.
Mr. Odeze
Thank
Chima,
you so
thank
much,
you.
If
sir.
you don't want these people to be in Nigeria, why not tell them to go peacefully so that there will be peace? Look at what happened in Lagos. MC Olomo is still working freely like a free man, going everywhere. The government have somebody that came out openly and put a threat against people, and he carried out that threat. The government of Nigeria, the DSS, they haven't picked him for questioning, not even.
All right, thank you so much,
you
Mr.
so much,
Odeze
Mr.
Chima.
Odeze Chima.
We have
Thank
other
you,
calls trying to
thank
call
you.
There was
you.
a country.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you so
There
much.
was a country.
Yeah.
There was a country called Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
sir.
much,
We
sir, for
really
your
appreciate your
God
contribution.
bless you and have a lovely day.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
thank you,
much,
sir.
sir. Thank you.
Yes,
You
thank
know,
you.
Nigerians in diaspora are really aggrieved, or do I say angry, about the things happening in our country, Nigeria. Okay, right about now we have a report here. Law firm asks CCB to prosecute B2B over secret assets kept in tax havens. You know, while a lot of people assume that P2B is a saint, some people don't believe that he doesn't have any skeleton in his cupboard. You know, people just say that there's no how you be in government office in this country and there will be no iota of evil or bad thing that you must have done in one way or the other.
Yeah.
So now we are seeing this kind of report now. I think I will just read the first paragraph
Okay.
of this story. Lawflex, a Lagos-based law firm, has asked the Code of Conduct Bureau (CCB) to prosecute P2B, Labour Party presidential candidate, over his alleged failure to declare secret assets stashed in tax haven while he was Anambra State governor. I don't know. What would you say?
He's here to react to it, so we would have to react to it first. Then probably if they take him to court, then the court says, okay, this person, for real, he has done something wrong. Then that's when I can actually say something. But personally, from my angle, I look at people from their willingness to serve.
Yeah.
To serve. There's no way, we can't get any saint from anywhere. It's not as if we are bringing in Jesus Christ from heaven or Prophet Muhammad from anywhere. No, it's not possible. We have ourselves here and we have to elect someone here. But it's about your willingness to serve the people, not the people serving you, because you have to be the number one servant of the people. Let's take a look at some of our comments here. Let's take a look at some of the comments that we have right now. We're coming to the end of the program. Quickly, let's take a look at the comment. Let's have
we have some feedbacks here. Is that Nigeria future for, okay, I think I've read that before. Laditi says